Yeah. So, but no, I'm really excited about that. I think GTA. I mean, I think we both can agree it's going to be the biggest game on the planet by a wide margin.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that even will have the balls at all to compete with it would be Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty is going to have to
Step up their game.
Well, I think they're going to make a major change this year. I think they might go with like Advanced Warfare 2.
You see that new map that they made?
In what?
In Call of Duty, you see the new map?
Which one? Bullet?
The train, yeah.
Yeah, Bullet. Oh, dude, that
just looks like chaos.
It's wild. It's actually a pretty cool map though. But
I've seen
wild.
some play. I haven't played it personally because I don't play Call of Duty that much, but I've seen it and I can see, like, as someone who's played a lot of Shipment, I can have a lot of fun with that. 100%.
Oh, dude, it really, it's an interesting map. But I think Call of Duty this year is going to have to go with like Advanced Warfare 2 or like some kind of jetpack to change it up. Borderlands 4 is supposedly coming out, I believe, like September 23rd of this year, which means they're saying that GTA 6 is sticking to fall 2025, which means that if Borderlands 4 is coming out in September, more than likely GTA is going to come out in October, which would mean that Call of Duty is not going to want to release in November because it is... If I'm Call of Duty, if I'm Xbox, I'm like, we want to stay ahead of this. So we're going to have to release this thing in like August or early September because you don't want to start competing with, I mean, even Borderlands. I mean, who knows if Borderlands 4 is solid, like they're not going to want to do that. And GTA, I mean, really, even Call of Duty needs to stay away.
Yeah, I think what Call of Duty needs to do right now is take a step back and wait because with GTA 6 coming around the corner, it's going to be a wave of just like everybody's going to be on that. Everybody and their mother's going to be on that. So in my opinion, I think Call of Duty should just wait a year and actually make a more refined product. I think that's what a lot of like AAA games are failing to notice nowadays is that the yearly release no longer works with the quality that people are expecting. And with Black Ops 6, the first month of Black Ops 6, I enjoyed so much. The zombies, gas. The multiplayer, hectic, but that's how it is. The story, I didn't play the story, but from one of my buddies who has, he said it was a lot of fun. It was very good. And then, in my opinion, the fall off was when the shop opened. It just, I've never been a big fan of like prioritizing microtransactions, but it makes sense for free games because they have to make some sort of money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But for Call of Duty, especially releasing on Game Pass, it just, I don't know. Especially since they just like go so hard into making the most ridiculous stuff possible.
I'm going to say this, dude, like, and I've said it for years. When it comes to microtransactions, like I believe in earnable items over payable items.
Yes, 100%.
Like,
yes.
Like, because I remember in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and stuff, everybody, it was so coveted to get the 10th prestige medallion that people were creating modded and hacked lobbies in order to get it. And it was insane. And so there is something to be said, and we've lost it at this point. It like these earnable items. You can have the payable items, like, but don't make them as cool as the earnable shit.
So
that keeps you on the game.
One game that I know that did this perfectly was Sea of Thieves.
98, really?
Yeah, 90% of like the gear that you can get is earnable via achievements, via
just putting time
into the game. Especially some of the better ones that you cannot buy, the curses, you have to earn those. And it feels so satisfying when you earn those curses. They just make your character look so much better. My personal favorite is one that makes your heart and skeleton glow like magma. It just like it really emphasizes, okay, I can wear this jacket while showing off the curse. There's a gold one that has like chunks of gold appearing on your skin, inky eyes, and there's one that makes you into a skeleton.
Dude, that's sick.
I just think that it was so well done, and I was always wondering why aren't more people doing this? Because it works, especially for like a big online game that is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
it's like
it's mind blowing. I mean, like Call of Duty, that's where they create like, I mean, they just came out with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collab or
That's
whatever.
a cool collab, but
it's $90.
Yeah,
it's
why?
bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. I don't care what anybody says. Call of Duty has always been, I mean, one of my favorite games of all time.
The better
man, dude, they just
another way to justify like some of these like microtransaction perishables is make in-game currency that's earnable.
Right.
That's what Overwatch does. Overwatch does have you can buy the currency straight up if you want to, but you can also just pay $5 or $10 for the battle pass and you get like 1,000 coins. You can get a legendary skin that you want.
Yeah.
Out of that.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but that's where I feel like Call of Duty
has just lost connection with players, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've definitely lost some connection for sure, and maybe they just don't care. They're just trying to like milk this cash cow.
Yeah.
But
that's the problem with most AAA games nowadays is that just the people who fund the games, they don't play games.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. That's why I love indie games so much, because it's for one, it's a passion project. Two, you can tell like when someone is really passionate about something that they make and they just love it.
Yeah.
And you can feel like the heart and soul of a game. I know it's weird to say, but you can like feel it.
You can.
Like a prime example that like indie games that took off, FNAF. That's a big one. Undertale, another big indie game that just took off. Poppy's Playtime, another good horror game that took off. Just Balatro got nominated for Game of the Year. If that's not an indication of like people like indie games, I don't know what is.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So anyways, if there's anybody over at Activision, anybody who's watching this that makes any type or has any type of decision making over there, look, I'm not saying to take out microtransactions completely.
No, because you got to fund your games.
Yeah, more like earnable items greater than the payable ones.
Yes.
Just make the earnable shit really cool, because then I'm going to want to come back over and over again, not to pay, like spend my money, but I'm going to be on your game more.
Yeah.
Which ultimately, then you have your battle pass. Then you have all your other options in terms of like.
See, the battle pass system works though, because at the end of the day, you're still earning for it. Even though you do pay, like you give that
you do pay for it up front. Yeah.
Yeah, you do give that initial pay. But 9 times out of 10, I know certain battle passes, they'll just give you the currency that you would get from paying for it.
Yeah.
So you can just keep paying for the next season over and over again. So I think Apex did that initially. Like for the first like couple seasons, you earned all the currency that you would able to buy the next season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough.
It really is. It's tough.